Alright, so I meant to have this out yesterday, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because I was fuming all day about this. And I think it's to a point now where I can calmly talk about this. But the bottom line is Odell Beckham Jr. needs to be held accountable for what he did yesterday. Regardless of what you believe, because there's some people who say, oh, he never said that. He never told anybody to say that. It's not his fault. If you believe that, I think you're crazy, me personally. But if you do believe that, even you have to admit, he had the power to stop it, and he didn't. He could have easily texted his dad and said, hey, please stop with this. It's not helping anything. He could have texted LeBron and texted all of his other friends. But instead, and I believe he told them to say it, so, it doesn't surprise me that it spiraled into what it is. But this is a interesting time for the Cleveland Browns because for so many years, it's been nothing but dysfunction and toxicity. And Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski were brought in to put an end to that. With what happened yesterday, we got to see what this front office and what this organization is going to do. How different is this Cleveland Browns team compared to the old Cleveland Browns teams? And, I was so glad. My guy Mike Kelly on Twitter, he does Brownie Postgame YouTube channel. He put out a video saying checkmate to what Odell Beckham Sr. put out. Because Odell Beckham Sr., if you don't know, put out a video of all the times that OBJ was wide open and wasn't targeted. Mike Kelly put out a video of all the times that he was targeted and dropped the ball when he should have caught it. That's the thing here. I'm sick and tired of this discussion like Odell Beckham Jr. is somehow a top 5 receiver. He's not that guy. And yes, should we try to involve him more? I agree. I completely agree. But he lets us down every single time. He's only had a few moments in the 3 years or longer that he's been here with the Browns that you can say, oh, he actually helped us. $15 million for that. Yeah, okay. That's the thing here. Everybody's like, oh, OBJ would be so much better with a real quarterback. Okay, well, I've seen him play with 2 quarterbacks now. Yes, Case Keenum for 1 game. And he dropped everything thrown at him. And OBJ sucks. I mean, that's just the bottom line. He's not a good receiver anymore. That's it. He's not a good receiver. So, in my opinion, if I was running things, Odell Beckham Jr. would not take a snap for the Browns again. I don't know if that means cutting him. I don't know if that means benching him. I don't know if the Browns can fine him. I don't know what the discipline they can do. I really don't know. But he needs to be held accountable because this is something that you can never, ever let happen again. Because this is an embarrassment. I mean, you have a receiver who is getting paid $15 million, who, in my opinion, and I think I'm right, texts his dad, texts his friends, and basically saying, say whatever you want, get me out of Cleveland. And it causes all of this chaos. You burnt your bridge as far as your relationship with your quarterback. I mean, even if it wasn't you directly saying it, you basically confirmed that you hate Baker Mayfield. Like, that's something that happened. And I feel like, Baker's the kind of guy, if you screw him, he's going to screw you. If I was Baker and OBJ was on the field again for the Browns, I would never look at him again. Not even throw it to him. I wouldn't even look at him because in my eyes, you're dead to me. Like, I never want to talk to you again. You are a joke. Like, I was expecting OBJ to get traded, and I was going to come on here and say, you know what? I like him. He's a nice guy. It sucks it never worked out. I take all that back. I don't like him anymore. I don't like him as a person. I don't trust him. I think he is... I'm very disappointed because he's not who I thought he was, And He's a joke. He really is. And honestly, I don't care if this whole situation ends with Jarvis Landry leaving also, because, Landry is the only receiver right now as far as on this team that's a number one, because OBJ's never been a number one receiver for the Browns. It was always Jarvis Landry. We never needed OBJ. And I don't want to lose Jarvis because of what he's done here, but you can't allow this. You have to put an end to this. Because if you don't, the years of the Todd Haley, Hugh Jackson fighting, and the Freddie Kitchens stuff, and random players being in the doghouse, and all of this stuff will never end if you don't put an end to it now. And that's why I was disappointed that he wasn't traded. I know people will say that's saying that he won. Well, I don't care. I want him out of this team. And I don't know. I don't know how the proper way of handling this is, but I can tell you one thing. This relationship between OBJ and the fans, OBJ and the team, OBJ and his quarterback, OBJ and his front office will never be repaired. Never be repaired. There's literally a civil war in the Browns fan base about who's right. And I think it's blatantly obvious that if you have any common sense at all and you were objective at all, you would realize that it's not just a one-sided issue here. It's not just OBJ not getting targeted. Okay, that is so easy to say. It's one thing if he's not getting targeted and he's catching everything else. The man's dropping everything. He's not productive. He's horrible. So, yeah. I mean, this is a disaster. I could not believe that OBJ is such an insecure, just child of a human being, that he would go to this depth to do this. So, get him off of the team. And if you can't do that, then don't let him play. I mean, keep him at home. This can't be tolerated. And he's going to find out that his market that he thinks is so big and everybody wants him because he's great, he's going to find out that nobody wants him. And the teams that do aren't going to pay him. And he's going to realize, he's going to find out, he's going to realize that he's not it. So, anyway, this is not going to end anytime soon, because as long as he's on this team, I see dysfunction unless they put an end to it. So, anyway, with that being said, let me know your thoughts. I think this situation is pretty obvious what happened, but you have people still trying to defend him, and it doesn't make sense to me. So, anyway, see you in the next one. Bye.